Why intelligent people stay stuck. Failure is loud, people see it, you feel it, and when it happens, you adjust. Almost is quiet, almost hides, and that's exactly why it's more dangerous. Because when you fail, you course correct. But when you stay near the edge and never move, you slowly decay without noticing. The world rewards polish, preparation, and looking ready. It feels responsible to wait, refine, and tweak. However, the truth is that you have been choosing delay, and delay does not sit still. It grows, builds on itself, and becomes a pattern. As you approach posting, your heart rate rises. You read it again, delete it, and say, not yet. The moment you delete it, you feel calm again. The tension leaves your body, and you felt that relief before. You outline the business again, new colors, new system, sharper message, but there's still no launch date. You feel productive, organized, and serious, but nothing in the real world has changed. Then someone less prepared moves first. You look at what they did and quietly critique it. You say they are not even ready, but they are visible. And you are still refining in private, polished and unseen. You think you're checking how smart and polished your work looks. But what really matters is whether you've shown it to the world. Your old way of judging it asks, is it perfect? Does it look impressive? Is every detail tight? But the only way to grow stronger is to ask, is it out there? Did I take a risk? Did I share it in a way that can't be undone? If you measure comfort, you strengthen protection. If you measure exposure, you strengthen self-trust. And your mind is not keeping track of your thoughts. It is keeping track of your moves. This is what happens when you get addicted to being near the identity. You consume the feeling of being the kind of person who acts without accepting the cost of actually acting. You taste the reward without carrying the weight. Every time you do this, your standards drop a little. Playing it safe feels smart and careful in the moment. But little by little, it wears you down. Not with a big crash, but slowly and steadily. Every broken promise lowers your inner authority. Every delay trains hesitation, and hesitation repeated enough times starts to look like personality. Repetition shapes you faster than intention ever could. And this doesn't just stay in one part of your life. It doesn't only affect your work. It starts to show up in your health, your relationships, and how much you trust yourself. Because once you teach yourself that pressure means step back, that habit follows you everywhere. It's like losing a tiny bit of money every single day without noticing. The amount is so small you ignore it. But after years, you look up and the account is almost empty. And you can't even remember when it started disappearing. It's like a bridge with more cracks in it. Nothing falls apart today. Everything looks fine. But more and more weight keeps piling on. And one day, you start to feel like it's shaking and wonder why and when it got weak. It's like saving all your money in a folder called Someday. The problem is, someday is not a real date. It never shows up on the calendar. You are not stuck. You are protecting yourself. And protection always costs something. After a while, you're not just being careful anymore. You are choosing to stay small, quietly, and over again. If you're serious about changing, the break in pattern has to happen right away. Not something you think about for weeks. Not another idea you write down. It has to be something you actually do. That's why I created the 72-hour move. It's not motivation. It's a simple tool designed to push you into action within 72 hours. The goal isn't a big life change. The goal is proof. When you move within that window, you see that you can act. And once you have that proof, hesitation stops feeling like part of your personality and starts looking like a choice. And choices are much easier to change than identities. Once you see that clearly, you cannot hide behind confusion anymore. You cannot pretend you just need one more week of clarity. Some people will want deeper help, real-time correction of the old pattern, direct and honest without performance. That kind of work is one-on-one with me. You'll find a link in the description below for both. But this is not for everyone. It's for people who are tired of explaining their potential and are finally ready to live. If you explain this to a 12-year-old and ask, if you keep walking up to the starting line but never begin the race, are you a runner? They will quickly say no. Kids keep it simple. Adults tend to overthink it. Standing close to something is not the same thing as moving forward. It just feels comfortable. And staying comfortable little by little weakens the trust you have in yourself. Your mind is keeping track the whole time. Each moment you hold back makes the habit stronger, and each delay makes the pattern harder to break. You can stay near the edge, you can stay impressive in private, you can stay almost ready, but almost ready never builds strength, it's never builds leverage, it's never builds the kind of authority that comes from keeping your own word. Some people will hear this and think, it sounds harsh, but it's not harsh. I'm just being clear. Most people will close this and go back to their day, but a few will feel a tight feeling in their chest because deep down, they know this is about them. Those are the people standing at a decision point. You can keep protecting the fantasy or you can interrupt it. Not someday, not next month, but within 72 hours. Because you already know which part builds self-trust. And you already know which one keeps you comfortable. This was never meant for everyone. It was meant for the few who are tired of being almost. See you in the next one.